Hi guys, welcome back to Unfolding Kate. I want to talk about something that I'm still learning myself. And honestly, this is probably one of the hardest things I've had to accept about love. Sometimes you can still love someone and still choose to let them go. And I know, ang dali sabihin yan. Pero kapag ikaw na mismo yung nasa ganung sitwasyon, guys, hindi siya ganun kadali. Because the heart doesn't always understand what the mind already knows. Minsan, alam na ng isip mo kung ano yung dapat gawin Alam mong hindi tama. Alam mong complicated. Alam mong nasaktan ka na. Alam mong may mga bagay na from the very beginning hindi na talaga dapat pinasok. You understand all of that logically. Pero yung puso, hindi siya basta-basta sumusunod. And I know that kasi I'm still there sometimes. There are days when I still miss him. May mga araw na hinahanap ko pa rin siya. May mga moments na bigla akong maaalala yung isang conversation, yung tawanan namin, yung mga moments na kaming dalawa lang. And suddenly, nandun na naman yung sakit. And sometimes, I cry, hindi dahil galit ako. Hindi dahil gusto kong gumante. Hindi dahil gusto kong sirain yung buhay niya. I cry because I miss someone who became very important to me. Alam mo yun, naging paborito ko siya And grief is such a strange thing. Kasi kapag sinabi mong grief, usually, ang inaisip natin, may namatay. But you can grieve someone who's still alive. You can grieve a relationship that never had a chance to become what you imagined. You can grieve the conversations you'll never have again. The places you'll never go together. The plans that never happen, yung mga pangako, the future that you quietly imagine. Pero hindi na pala mangyayari. And that's painful. I've been grieving this person for months, and maybe that's how I finally understood something. My grief became proof to me that what I felt was real. Kasi kung wala talaga akong nararamdaman, why would losing him hurt this much? Pero di ko rin natutunan yung mas nahirapan na, yung mas mahirap na lesson, dito ko siya natutunan. Because, alam mo yun, di porket mahal mo siya, kailangan mo ilaban Just because I miss someone doesn't mean I have to go back. Just because my heart wants something doesn't mean I should follow it blindly. And I think that's where real growth begins. Because sometimes we romanticize kung ano yung gusto ng heart natin. Follow your heart. Fight for the person you love. Don't let love go. Pero what if your heart is asking you to do something that you already know isn't right? What if following your heart means someone else gets hurt? What if getting what you want means destroying something that shouldn't be destroyed? What if your happiness comes to someone else's expense? Would you still call that love? It's something I've had to ask myself every day. And my answer became very simple. No, ayoko ng ganun. Because I don't believe love is supposed to make us selfish. I don't believe loving someone means I want you, therefore you have to be mine. Hindi ganun. Love isn't ownership. Love isn't entitlement. And love isn't always about getting the person. Sometimes, love is being able to say, mahal kita, namimiss kita, I still care about you, but I know I can have you. And somehow, you'll learn to live with that. Ang sakit. Pero may something. Alam mo yun, may maganda dun Because you realize, you can love someone without controlling the outcome. You can love without demanding that they choose you. You can love someone without creating chaos. You can love someone and still respect their life. And I think that's one of the biggest things I've learned about myself. Before, I thought love meant holding on. Akala ko kapag mahal mo talaga yung tao, paglaban mo, you chase, you try everything, you don't give up. Pero life taught me something different. Sometimes, the bravest thing you can do is to step back. Especially when you already know that staying would only create more pain. Especially when you already know that the connection itself began in a place that wasn't right. You don't have to keep pushing just because the feelings are strong. You don't have to fight for something simply because you're happy. Because your happiness isn't the only thing that matters. There are consequences. There are other people. There are lives involved. And if you genuinely love someone, you have to be mature enough to consider those things too. That's why I don't think love is just a feeling. Love is also a choice. And sometimes choosing love means choosing restraint, choosing silence, choosing distance, choosing to grieve instead of chase, choosing to cry privately instead of creating chaos publicly, choosing to let someone go, even when a part of you is still hoping they'll come back. And maybe that's what makes love mature. Not when you finally get the person, but when you can lose them and still choose not to become cruel, not to become bitter, not to destroy, still choose to wish them well, even when you're hurting. And believe me, that's not easy. Guys, promise, di talaga siya madali. There are days when I wish I could just shut my heart down. Parang gusto ko sabihin sa sarili ko, okay, tama na. You already know this isn't right. Stop missing him. Pero hindi ganun gumagana ang healing, guys. Hindi. You can't command your heart to stop loving someone overnight. Hindi mo pwedeng utusan yung sarili mo, nakalimutan agad yung taong minahal mo, yung nakapagpasaya sa'yo. You can't rush grief. You have to feel it. You have to sit with it. You have to cry when you need to cry. You have to acknowledge, yes, I loved this person. Yes, I miss him so much. Yes, this hurt me. And then you still choose to move forward. And that's the difference. Moving forward doesn't always mean you stop loving someone. Sometimes it means you learn how to love them from a distance without expecting anything, without demanding anything, without waiting for a specific outcome. And that's where I'm trying to get to. I'm not going to lie and say, I don't miss him anymore. Because I really do. Araw-araw, I still do. Pero ayoko yung pag-miss ko sa kanya maging dahilan para tumigil yung buhay ko. I don't want my grief to become my identity. I don't want my past to become the reason I don't allow my future to happen. Because life is still happening. My children are still growing. My dreams are still waiting. My career is still something I'm rebuilding. My faith is still growing. And I'm still becoming the woman I want to be. So maybe I can miss someone and still build my life. Maybe I can love someone and still choose myself. And maybe I can remember someone without going back to them. And maybe that's what real healing looks like. Not forgetting, not pretending it didn't happen, not convincing yourself that you never cared, but being able to say that person mattered to me. That chapter was beautiful. It hurt me. I learned from it, and now I'm going to keep living. Because sometimes the most loving thing you can do is let go. Not because the love wasn't real, but because you finally understand that real love also needs wisdom. It needs boundaries, it needs respect, and sometimes it needs the courage to walk away. So if you're grieving someone right now, please don't be ashamed of it. Don't rush yourself. Don't tell yourself you're weak because you still miss him or her. You're human. You loved. And now you're learning how to live with the fact that sometimes loving someone doesn't mean you get to keep them. And maybe that's okay. Maybe some people are meant to leave a mark, not stay forever. And maybe the greatest proof that you loved them isn't that you fought until you got them. Maybe it's the you love them enough to let them go when you knew you shouldn't hold on. So yeah, I hope may natutunan kayo ngayon. Thank you for unfolding with me. I'm Kate and I'll see you in the next chapter. Bye!